So the last event of April is coming up, and honestly, it's not a bad one. It's actually a quite interesting one. To me, what they did during April's Fools with the Apple and the Voltorbs was them testing to see if this would work, and I think they got enough data to say yes, it will. So let's look into the details, the debuts, and the bonuses for the Sweet Discoveries event in Pokemon Go. So Sweet Discoveries is going to be from Thursday, April 24th to Tuesday, April 29th. So it's a normal 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. start and end times as well for those 2 dates. And let's go look into the bonuses and then the debuts and the spawns to see if this event's going to be worth going out and kind of playing around with a new little mechanic that they're introducing in Pokemon Go. So first, in the event bonuses, we'll have double candy for catching Pokemon, always a good thing. Increased chance to encounter Shiny Delibird and Scovet, and we'll see how we can encounter those, but they'll have 2 Pokemon with Shiny Boost, which is always amazing to see. Increased chance to hatch Shiny Delibird, Cherubi, and Scovet. So Shiny Cherubi has a boost in eggs, and then Delibird and Scovet have a boost as well, because why not? It'd be silly just for them to be catch boosts. And then here's the new piece for the bonus and then this new mechanic that we're getting. If you catch a Delibird or a Scovet, you might be rewarded with a berry. So that's interesting. We usually don't get berries as part of catch rewards, and I think it's just part of this theme of this of the event. Increased chance for apples to appear a lot at Mossy Lure modules. So during the April 1st, April Fool's Day kind of mini event that they did, they had us picking on Pokeballs to see if we get a Pokeball or a Pokemon. Here we're getting the same thing, but this time it's going to be apples. But why apples? Why, of all things, are they picking apples for this event? So, as part of this event, we're going to get the debut of Applin and its evolution from Applin, Flapple, and Appleton. Now, for those who know about Applin's evolutionary line and how it double branches, there is going to be, we don't know when, a future evolution for Applin that is Diplin and then Hydrapple. So if you want to get Applin and get enough candy for Applin in all of its evolutions, we're going to look into what you need for Applin, the Flapple, and Appleton in a second. But always just keep, I would say, get at least 2 more Applins on top of what this event's kind of giving you the information. That's pre-planning your Pokedex. So, Applin is a branch evolution. You will need 200 Applin candy, and you'll need either 20 tart or 20 sweet apples to do the evolution to either the Flapple or to the Appleton. So it's going to be one of those higher candy evolutions. It's going to acquire items, and it's going to acquire more than 1 item. So collect the apples. Remember, there are 2 different types of apples now. There's going to be a tart apple and a sweet apple. Very similar to what it was in Pokemon Sword and Shield when you are trying to get the apples for Appleton and Flapple in that game as well. Now let's talk about the apples. How are we going to get the apples? So apples beginning during the Sweet Discovery event, we may discover them in the wild. If you're lucky, you may even get either they're going to be sweet or they're going to be tart. Again, the 2 different items for the 2 different evolutions. And if you're lucky, if you tap on an apple, it may be Applin. So it's one of those, you don't know what you're going to tap on, but you need to tap on it because it gets you something you want. It's either going to get you a Pokemon encounter, a sweet, or a tart apple based on what you get. And honestly, you need all of it. So it's one of those, it's not going to be one of the things that you should pass up on if you see it on the overworld map while you're playing. And then during this event, definitely try to Mossy Lure up Pokestops. That's where you're going to get the higher chance of getting these encounters and these rewards. So if you have Mossy Lures from your Pokemon showcases, definitely use them now. I know there's been a couple events where they've been really encouraging us to use Mossy Lures, but this is another one that has a tangible reward to it that's more than just Pokemon encounters. Now, in terms of the encounters for the event, we will see the following Pokemon. We will see Alolan Rattata, Abra, Bellsprout, Delibird, Gulpin, Bidoof, Munna, Bounsweet, and Scovet. And then the rare spawns, not spawn, going to be Snorlax, Shuckle, Komala, and then Applin. But Applin's going to appear as a apple on the overworld, so you just have to tap it to see it is an Applin. So a lot of Pokemon associated with berries, a lot of Pokemon that are associated with just early game as well, and gifts and stuff like that. So everything can be shiny except for the Applin, which is fine. So definitely an opportunity to get that. As a reminder, the Delibird and the Scovet will have shiny boosts to them, so you get better likely to get a shiny Delibird and a shiny Scovet during this event. Now during the eggs, we'll have a special 7-kilometer egg pool for this event, and that egg pool is going to be Delibird, Cherubi, Munchlax, and Scovet. And remember, Delibird, Cherubi, and Scovet are going to have a shiny boost from these eggs as well. So you're going to have a better opportunity to hatch a shiny Pokemon if you get the 7K eggs. And then, as always, there's going to be field research tasks to get you encounters with event-themed Pokemon. And then there's going to be a free timed research that will give us one lure module, one mossy lure module, one tart, one sweet apple, and encounters with event-themed Pokemon. So this will probably be an opportunity to get some Applin checks along with the mossy lure module and one tart, one sweet to get your collection going. So it isn't a bad free, but if you want to add on to that, there is going to be a paid time research for $1.99 or equivalent currency that will give you two mossy lure modules, encounters with event-themed Pokemon such as Delibird, Scovet, and Applin, on top of probably just an add-on to the basic the free. So not the worst thing in the world. Honestly, it's not really that good unless you really want the lure modules, but just do showcases. They become fairly common prizes anyway. So nothing too crazy, because this is a weekend event. The showcases are going to be based around the event, so more than likely probably going to be an Applin, Delibird, or Scovet showcase for the weekend. So just stock up on that if you like doing the doing the showcases and getting those rewards. But not a bad event. Fun little mechanic with tapping on the overworld for an item to see if it's a Pokemon or an item. So it's always, that's a win-win. It's not a feel bad kind of situation. But I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm excited to see how rare the Applins are, to see how much you have to build up for it. With it being a branch evolution and 200 candies, you're going to have to get 400 candies just to fill out the dex as we know it right now. So this will be one of those Pokemon that I can see a lot of people making their buddy just to get candy over time as well. I probably will do the same, because it's just, honestly, 400 candy for an event like this seems hard to get for 4 to 5 days. So this is definitely a long-term investment for those Pokedex collectors out there. But other than that, guys, I'm excited for it. It's not bad. It's a fun little mechanic. I'm going to try it. I'm going to see how it goes, see how it feels. I enjoyed it during the April 1st event, so can't be any worse than that. So let me know in the comments if you guys are enjoying it. Let me know if you guys are excited for a mechanic like that. Should we try to get more overworld encounters that are not just Pokemon in the game? But with that being said, hope you guys are enjoying Pokemon Go. Hope you guys are enjoying the season so far and getting ready for Go Fest. And I will see you guys later.